Hi, it's me, Carrie B. Today's project is going to be one that I was inspired to make based off of something a friend of mine had in high school. Her grandmother had created this gigantic picture that was made completely out of old broken jewelry, and it lit up and it was on red velvet and it was super festive and really gaudy and over the top. I wanted to recreate this using some card supplies from the paper pumpkin kit from November. It's really fun and it's a great way to use up all those little bits and baubles that you end up with throughout the year. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This month's paper pumpkin was designed to be more of a treat container. It came with cellophane bags and boxes, but I think, like other people, I got really excited about the large graphic elements that came with it. They're about 5 by 7 and a lot larger than you normally get. The first step was to go ahead and use the double-sided tape that came with it to mount it to some designer series paper. The best thing I could suggest when assembling this collage is to use the precision glue from Stampin' Up. It's got a very fluid consistency to it, and while it reminds me a lot of super glue, it's actually a lot more like an epoxy when it dries. So all of these things you can sort of fill an area with the fluid and then drop the pieces down in and manipulate them either with tweezers, or take your pick tool, or even the stopper that comes with the lid. You can use it to just sort of move things around where you want them. And you just go section by section. I started off with the larger pieces and then I filled in around them. To keep things interesting, I skip around in the different quadrants, and I don't strictly stay with white for the white areas. It's okay to use things that are off-white, yellow, gray, anything that is within the color range to add some depth and interest, and it's more than okay to layer up if you have a smaller piece or a flat piece. If you have any pieces that you want to stand out as focal points, I would leave those to the side until the top layers. So once you've got the whole base layer covered with confetti, sequins, or other flat pieces, then go ahead and add any kind of special rhinestones or pieces that you have just very few of that you really like, and save them for the top. But then when it comes to the smaller areas that have more of like a harder detail to get, you can build that up with the different colors and just kind of go little by little, and then use the fluid glue to just go in and sort of put it over the top, and it'll hold it in place really nicely. This glue performs really well if you want to layer it up too. You can let the first layer, the base layer, dry, and then go back in with the glue and fill in any areas that you sort of feel like are lacking. For these pieces like this, you absolutely have to use a stiffer glue, maybe even a glue gun, or something more like the Tombow. Liquid glue is better for these types of fabric-y elements, but if it's plastic, this will work great. Plastic, sequins, rhinestones, beads, it works great. While the composition is wet, I suggest bending the paper, pushing it out toward the front so that it doesn't ripple as much. Have something like this, like a platform that will hold up the center so that it will encourage the ends to sort of recede, and that will keep your composition nice. To counterbalance the heavy decoration on the front of this card, I used a cardboard, the backing that comes with the cardstock, and it was just enough to make it so it'll stand up perfectly. I stamped on it, and then I found a hack for these alcohol pens. On the bottom of the Y where it didn't stamp very good, I just used the matching alcohol pen and I filled in the blank. That's about it for my card design. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see some of your designs with the hashtag Blingy card on social media. Merry Christmas!